Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the Saturday night live stream, live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. We'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about the news, we'll talk about altcoins. I'm going to move some crypto around for you guys. And as always, I will do my very best to get to your questions and see if we can't troubleshoot your problems here live with no flub ups, right? So let's get started. All right, welcome everybody. I'm here again with the rig. I guess you can see it. Yeah, I guess you can sort of see it over here. You can see that? Yeah, that's my new motherboard. I got the MSI motherboard that I wanted when I bought my new AMD chip, the Ryzen 9, I guess it's Ryzen 7, whatever it is. I think it's Ryzen 9 and it's a 7950X, right? So I tried it with an Asus high-end motherboard and was having a lot of issues. So I sent the Asus motherboard back. And then I got this MSI motherboard, which is really the one I wanted, but it sold out so quick. But I noticed that it was available, so I bought it, and I'll do a motherboard swap here the next couple of days. Right? So that's rig news. Tonight is the big game between Michigan State. Are you kidding me? Oh, okay. That was just a YouTube alert. Tonight is the big night between Michigan State and the University of Michigan. I guess you can see. What's this? Try not to give you a peep show. Where is it? Where is that thing? I can't do this. Oh, there it is. There it is. Michigan. I'm a Wolverines fan just because I like their colors. I don't know anything about the teams. But I live in Michigan, right? You got to pick a side. All right. My wife went with the Spartans. I went with the Wolverines. So we'll see what happens. Let's see. Dan Wester is here. Wondering why Dan. Oh, the market. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see. Is it working? Yes, it's working. Okay. Sorry about that. Thank you, Dan. Thank you so much. I hope you heard some of that. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's really low. That's me. Okay, so we can't have one full live stream without some sort of technical issue. So I did reboot my modem and my router after last week's live stream, and I did a auto configuration in OBS Studio for the streaming settings. And then I connected the streaming software earlier about about 5:20, 5:30. And I got a message from YouTube saying that my connection rate or my bit rate was too high. And they suggested that I set it to 4,500. So I did that. So hopefully we won't have any disconnect, reconnect issues tonight. I've got it's telling me I have 60 FPS and that I'm at like 46 something, right? So hopefully we'll be okay on that. Thank you everyone for being here. Let's go over to the main screen and greet everybody who's here. Kenneth Wiedner was here early. Everyone's screaming. Your volume is low, and I'm just blabbering on and on and on. So that's my modus operandi. That's why I need good people like Dan to give me heads up when things are off, along with the rest of you. Everyone's like, hey, sound, I can't hear you. Okay, Kenneth was here early. He saw my video on the Keystone wallet. We can play around a little bit with the Keystone wallet tonight. Let's see if we can't connect it to Metamask and see how that goes. And I've got a couple other things planned. We've got an itinerary here at the top of some things I want to do. Why don't we put that Keystone Pro to Metamask? See if that doesn't, maybe we can get to that tonight. And then I've got some affiliate links here. I've got some news stories that I would like to cover tonight. And let's see what's going on with the crypto market. Oops, I should look at that. We're just below 21. Over the last couple hours, we were with just over 21,000 for Bitcoin. Ethereum has been on a tear. It's up, it's like 4.5% from 24 hours ago, which is impressive because I think it was like 1,300 a few days ago, and now it's broke 1,600 yesterday on Friday, and now it's well over 1,600. 1,644 as we speak. The latest crypto prices are brought to you by Crypto.com. It's a great app for checking the real-time price of your favorite cryptos. And it's also great for buying and selling crypto, depositing and withdrawing crypto. You can use their metal Visa card for buying things in the real world. It's pretty easy to top up your card. Just hit top up, and you can top it up with several different cryptocurrencies that you have in your account. So if I had Cardano or Bitcoin or Ethereum, I could easily convert some or all of those balances to US dollar and load them up on the card. And then that would, I mean, I can be standing in the checkout lane and sell some Bitcoin onto the card to make purchases, right? So it's a great way to liquidate your crypto in the real world. And if you're like me and you like to store your crypto in your hardware wallet, you can even transfer crypto from your wallet to Crypto.com within a few minutes and then sell it or top up the card with the crypto that you just transferred. So, and if you have a Ledger Nano X like I do, you can even carry that around and use the Ledger Live app to make your transfer to Crypto.com and then sell and then buy, right? I get a lot of people asking me, I'm all about storing crypto in a wallet, and people are always asking me stuff like, well, what happens when the price goes up? What can you do with your crypto? Well, if you are adept at transferring your crypto, then you can sell it, liquidate it, and spend it within minutes, right from your phone, if you have the right tools, right? You can even do your transfers from home if you are not fancy like me and you've got just a normal, like a Ledger Nano S or Ledger Nano S Plus with no Bluetooth. Then just transfer some crypto from your wallet to your Crypto.com account before you leave the house. And then just enough for things you might think you'll need if you're in the mood to liquidate, right? You're not always in the mood to liquidate. You might be in the mood to just hodl. But yeah, I mean, crypto is easily transferable, and you can buy it and sell it with ease. And I get a lot of people, they don't want to do it because, oh, the taxes. I'm like, you know, you're going to get taxed on anything you do. You buy a pack of gum, you pay taxes, right? You pay sales tax, right? That doesn't stop you from buying a pack of gum. So why would, you know, a tax charge on a crypto transaction prevent you from using your crypto? I mean, it's like, I don't know. It's like you're going to hide under a rock for the rest of your life. You know, make your trades, make your sales, pay your taxes. It's pretty easy, right? It's not rocket science. So just, you know, if you want to use crypto, you got to pay your taxes, right? If you want to buy and sell stocks on Robinhood, you got to pay your taxes. You want to work, you got to pay your taxes, right? It's just a fact of life. Just deal with it. Anyway, I'm ranting, aren't I? Okay, I'll stop ranting. Okay, let's pop out chat. And I'll get this over on the other monitor so I can take a look at it. And in case like my mic isn't working and you guys freak out, Scott is not a fan of Ethereum. Never has been, never will be. Pay your taxes. Pay your taxes. That's right. You help me find the Theta. I can't get it out of the Theta wallet. You help me find my Theta. I can't get it out of the Theta wallet. You can, if it's in the Theta wallet, you can transfer it. I mean, that's not that difficult either. Where you can sell Theta might be a little of an issue, but let's see. Let's go in. Let's quickly, before I jump into the news. Let's see. Let's turn on. Oh, what happened here? Oh, okay. There. Yeah. Let's get in here so we can see what's happening on my Ledger device. There we go. Let's see. I'm not sure what I'm in right now. Actually, I think I was in the Ethereum app. All right, so we'll get into the Ethereum app. Let's see. We'll go over to the Theta app, the Theta wallet. Right. We're going to connect our ledger using the right derivation path. We'll click connect. It's connecting to my ledger. There's my account. Where am I going to sell my Theta? Good. Actually, why don't we? Let's look. Let's double check. I thought I could. Okay, Binance US sells Theta. So let's go to Binance US. I'm going to need to log in here real quick. Got my 1Password password manager. All right. Here's my wallet. Let's see. Theta. Whoops. Okay. Theta. Okay, there's Theta. We're going to make a deposit of Theta. It's a Theta address. There's only one network, Theta token, right? There's the address of my Theta wallet on Binance US. When we get into the Theta wallet over here, we've got send and receive. Let's hit send. We'll put in the address. I'm going to send Theta. Let's send 100 just to play around with it. Do not send ERC20 addresses, right? Remember, I just double checked over there. It's not. It's a Theta token address. All right, let's hit next. All right, let's hit confirm. Oh, you may not have any T-Fuel. Maybe that's why you can't send your Theta. Okay, it's telling me I have to enable contract. So let's handle that. All right. Oops. Jeez. Blind signing must be enabled in settings, right? It said contract data over there. That's like an old thing. They don't use that term anymore in the settings, right? So if you go into settings, they have blind signing disabled. We'll just click both buttons to enable it, right? There's other settings. There's show contract data, but you don't have to enable it. This is just showing it, right? Nonce doesn't make any difference. Okay, so that should do it, right? Let's try again. The camera's a bit in the way, but I think we'll be all right. All right, it wants me to review. Blind signing is enabled. We have to do that. All right. Okay. Yeah, blind signing is like, it's one of those things where some people say, oh, don't ever use blind signing. You know, Ledger says don't ever use blind signing, but you know, we live in the real world, right? If you want to use crypto, then you need to enable blind signing, you know, to do a bunch of stuff. In a perfect world, you wouldn't need it, but The problem, the blind signing is because there are certain contracts that have information that the Ethereum app is not capable of interacting with. So in order to allow the transaction to go through properly, you have to allow blind signing so that you can simply sign the transaction. Now, like Ledger will tell you, oh, blind signing just lets you blindly signing things. You don't know what's going on. But I mean, this is the Theta wallet, which I trust, and I need to enable blind signing in order for that transaction to go through. Let's see. I'm gonna do this. I need to do this. I'm just refreshing it so that I can get that. Or I want to refresh this, and so I can see that transaction there. Okay, so I can see the outgoing transaction. It may have shown up on its own if I'd have just let it sit there for a bit. Okay, and then shortly, I should get some Theta tokens. Oh, there is, that can't be right. Okay, yeah, that's what happened. Is that how much it was worth? $122? I think I had a bunch of Theta in there. Well, that's weird. Maybe I have more. Maybe I'm rich. I don't know. Let's turn this off for a sec. So that's it. That's how you move it. I don't know if that solves your issue or not. Yeah, and I needed some T fuel to make that happen. Right now, I think just by the virtue of keeping your Theta in a wallet, you get T fuel. Now, if you bought some Theta somewhere and you stuck it in the wallet and it's not generating any T fuel, you can buy T fuel. It's a little tricky, but it is available to buy. So you can buy. Oh, you can buy it on Binance US. Okay, let's see. Okay, so you could buy T Fuel on Binance US. So you could buy it and then withdraw it to your. Well, I don't have any right now, but if that's your problem, if you're lacking the T Fuel, which is kind of like gas fees, right, in the Theta wallet. So you might have to go buy some Theta fuel and drop it into that wallet so you can pull out the Theta proper. And T fuel is cheap, right? You don't have to buy a whole bunch. You know, like maybe $20 worth would be enough to drop into that wallet so that you'll have enough to, pay the fees for that transaction, right? It didn't cost me that much T fuel. It says 0. I don't know, 0.3, right? It wasn't that much T fuel. I think that I will do it and you have T fuel. Okay, well, hopefully that'll work for you. You'll notice there were a few little things I had to deal with, right? Like enabling blind signing and, making sure I was in the right derivation path when I signed into the wallet. All that kind of stuff could affect it, right? So, when you sign in, you have to make sure that you switch over to this derivation path. It might not work if you're using this derivation path. And they don't spell that out for you, right? Yeah. All right. So let's jump into the news, guys. I pushed my channel. I pushed Crypto.com. I pushed my affiliate links. Let's look at market wrap. Bitcoin heads for the best week in 3 months. The largest cryptocurrency pushed past 20K this week has turned the market more bullish. The outlook hinges on the Federal Reserve's messaging next week about its plans for December. Once again, the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market are moving, are correlated with the broader markets, and the broader markets are being moved by the Federal Reserve's decisions, not just their decisions, but their jawboning, right? They haven't done anything. They didn't do anything last week except say maybe they might do this in the future, right? They raised rates last month. That's action, right? They raised rates by 0.75 basis points last month or early this month. They're going to raise rates again in November, I think next week, by 0.75 again. That's kind of, everybody pretty much believes that's going to happen. And then they were pretty much on track to raise rates by another 0.75, or at least that's what everyone thought, in December. Well, this week they made, so there was an article by a journalist from the Wall Street Journal that said they might pause raising rates, and just, it was just a journalist that said something, and it just moved the markets. The markets were like, oh, maybe they're gonna pivot, right? That's the big thing. The Fed's gonna pivot, which means that they'll start lowering rates. Well, that's a long way off, right? They're not even talking about pivoting. The only talk about that they're talking about is maybe not raising them as high as they were planning. So instead of 0.75, they might do 0.5, but they're still raising rates, right? They haven't pivoted. So now they're like, well, maybe they're slowing, And all this is just a bunch of BS anyway, because to really fight inflation, rates have to be higher than inflation. And if inflation is at 8% and you're just jawboning around raising rates, between, 3% and 4%, that's not going to fight inflation. That's not going to do anything, right? If they really wanted to fight inflation, they would just hike rates up to 8% in one fell swoop, right? But they're not doing that. So it's all just a bunch of malarkey anyway, but it moves markets. And Bitcoin gets thrown along for the ride. So there was talk earlier in the week about a Fed pivot or slowdown, and that moved the markets up. And then on yesterday, we had a market melt up, right? That was the talk of, that's the title of the live stream, Market Melt Up, and Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market went along for the ride. And it's all dependent on whether next week the Fed, we all know they're going to raise rates by 0.75 next week, but they're also going to talk. And in their talk, he won't say whether he's going to do anything, right? But he'll just say sentences which might give hints as to what they might do, right? It's just horrible, right? Anyway. And so when he talks next week, he talks tough and it's hawkish, then the market might dip, right? And if he doesn't talk hawkish, if he's just kind of neutral, maybe the market will just go along. But if there's any indication that they are going to slow down their rate increases, the market will just go crazy again next week. But it really has nothing to do with fundamentals. See how that is? JDO's here. Thank you. After Putin pivots, right? All right. So that's basically the markets, right? And then whenever there's a good stock market pump on Fridays, there's usually a lot of over the weekend, crypto tends to be positive, right? But you have to remember that the weekends are what we would call low volume, right? So market moves over the weekend can be extreme, but in general, most of your heavy market moves in the crypto market are during business hours in the US, right? Back in 2017, Bitcoin really moved a lot overnight because of the Chinese market. But once China imposed a lot of bans on crypto trading, you don't see it as much as you used to, but you do see it sometimes, right? And there's more than just China over in Asia. So, sometimes people in South Korea or Japan or Indonesia or Malaysia or Vietnam, South Asia are buying a lot, and Philippines are buying Bitcoin, and they make moves over the weekend or at night. But in general, most of the heavy moves, the moves that really matter, are during business hours, like European business hours and US business hours. That's when the big players are in there buying and selling. So let's take a look here. This article is kind of a chartist article, and just focusing on the Bitcoin chart itself and whether what's happened is trend changing or not. Talking about what we really need to see to make basically that the 21,000 is still in the range that it's been in for the last 122 days or several months. I forgot where that's in there somewhere. 136 days. Still within the bounds of the last 136 days. So what we really need to see if we're looking for a breakout is something above like the 22.8 mark, which we're not even close to yet. Right? It would be nice, but it doesn't look like we're even close to that at the moment. That would mark a trend reversal. I listened to Crypto Lark, and he said that he's looking to see a break over 25 to really see, what we might want to call a bull market. And Crypto Lark, Lark Davis, which is a great channel, if you're into the market kind of stuff, still thinks we're in a bear market, and that what we've seen over the last few days could be termed a bear market rally, which they happen in bear markets. But until we see big movements over these pricing, these landmarks, or whatever you call them, we're still in that range, right? We still haven't broken out. So basically, this is the range, 18,006 to 24,500 for 36 days from the perspective of technical analysis. And there's some different charts. If you're interested in this kind of stuff, you can look at these. There is some, I think he talks a little, in the article, he talks a little bit about Bitcoin miners. This is Bitcoin reserve risk. Yeah, there's a lot of Bitcoin mining businesses that are having financial issues. So they might restructure or go bankrupt because, the Bitcoin mining is it's a difficult business. You have capital investment, you have to buy equipment, you've got bills to pay, you've got electricity, and then a lot of it depends on the price of Bitcoin. And if you're a Bitcoin miner and you're mining Bitcoin and you're just barely breaking even because you just bought a bunch of equipment and then the price of Bitcoin falls, then your business is in trouble. So you're going to be just dumping your Bitcoin onto the market to pay the bills. And that, when people are selling Bitcoin, the price goes down. The more that people sell, the more the price goes down. The more people that are buying, the price goes up when people are buying, right? So if a bunch of mining companies are in financial straits and they're selling, are being forced to sell their Bitcoin to make ends meet, then, that's a negative pull on the market, right? So we're seeing some of that. But basically, the conclusion of the article is we don't know, right? And that's always the conclusion, right? We don't know what the future will bring, right? But these are the factors that are affecting. It seems now that the macro events are more of affecting Bitcoin than the Bitcoin chart. But charts don't lie, right? They're just math, right? And so we can find patterns, right? So I wanted to talk about this article here about Web3 scam contracts. I see a lot of these types of articles, and what frustrates me about these articles is that, they're like, oh, we just found, we detected 1,888 and 525 smart contract scams. We're monitoring all this. And then, but they always muddy the waters, right? They're talking about scams, and they're saying scam token smart contracts. Scam token smart contracts, or tokens that have scam smart contracts. And this is their description. It says, these types of smart contracts are automatically deployed and easily repeated, with scammers able to quickly complete thousands of low-value attacks with exchanges, regulators, and authorities none the wiser. And then they muddy the waters by saying it's not only scamming cryptocurrencies that investors need to watch out for. Hacks are on the rise, blah, 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 blah. So it's just kind of an alert. Oh, we found all these scams. But in not one sentence of this article do they say what the scam is or how to avoid it. We saw scams. Like, well, that's real helpful. What kind of a scam is it? What kind of a smart contract? What tokens are they? Right? So, we're all like, so how do we avoid these scams if they're out there, right? And so I Googled that. I Googled smart contract scams, right? This little gem here. I Googled that, right? And I did find an article that I started to read it, and then I thought, it looks like more like overview. But it did, as you read more into it, it does kind of lay out what a smart contract scam is and what kinds of things it does. Some tokens contain a 99% buy fee, which will steal all your money at the buying phase. Some of the tokens don't allow the buyer to resell, like Squid token. Only the owner may sell. I've run across these types. Let's check that real quick. Whoops. Let's see if I can. Whoops. Okay. There's a couple of them. Okay. We've received allegations that the team has abandoned the project rug pull. Please proceed with caution. What was that other one? Squid Finance. Last updated 5 days ago. Okay. All right. So let's keep going. Some tokens contain a 99% sell fee, which will steal all your money at the selling phase. And then they go into a deep dive. They go into some of these scams, how they will set fees and steal your crypto. This one of them here, they will approve contracts. And this one here, this ERC transfer from zero address, is kind of an error that'll get thrown if you buy a certain scam token and then try to sell it or try to transfer it. It'll give you an error message. So I remember Kick token was like that, right? So they're basically scam tokens. And just they talk about these different things. So what can you do about these, right? It's really the tokens themselves that are the problem. And so I Googled I went into CoinGecko to check out some of these tokens that they were talking about. And mini basketball token is not found, right? No results. This VOC token, which was also in the article, not found on CoinGecko. that Squid Finance one that we just did. Was it Squid? If you look it up on CoinGecko, it tells you we've received allegations that the team has abandoned the project. Rug pull, right? You shouldn't buy low value, low market cap coins that you really know nothing about just because you heard somebody talking about it on Discord or Telegram. And by all means, if you think you've found that one token that's going to make you rich for the rest of your life, then at least do some research on it before you run out and swap with, and a lot of these coins that they're talking about, the only way to get your hands on them is on decentralized exchanges, DEXs, right? You can't really buy these kind of, well, this one, no reputable exchanges sell this token. Right. And then that other one, what was the other one? Squid Finance. When we went to markets there, see, you can only buy it on PancakeSwap. And it's a Binance Smart Chain token, right? So really, you might want to just avoid Binance Smart Chain if you're not that savvy, and you have to be fairly savvy just to get onto PancakeSwap and buy tokens, right? But any token that you can buy on PancakeSwap, you can check. So, like if we go into, let's just go over here. I mean, how many people are actually using Binance Smart Chain? Not a whole lot. Oh, and this thing is messing me up. Let's see if it'll let me do this. Okay, there. Okay. We'll do the CryptoDad wallet. All right. Did that work? We'll undo this one. Okay. All right. So we got our MetaMask hooked up, and you can see there's a balance of BNB. And, there's lots of tokens that you can buy over on PancakeSwap. But, the ones that are listed there already probably are legit, right? Where is this? Okay, there. What was that? Alpaca? Yeah, Alpaca Finance. Number 448, a reasonable coin, right? Look up the coin on CoinGecko or coinmarketcap.com. See what its rank is. I prefer to stick with the top 20 myself, but there are coins out there, but just basically do your own research and just don't buy shady coins, really. That's how you avoid most of these scams, right? As I mentioned, the article is talking about scams, but most of these smart contracts are built into the token that you're dealing with, right? Those are the smart contracts that, like, you can't sell the coin or when you go to buy the coin. Now, also, when you make a trade, it's going to show you the information about the swap. So let's say that we do want to buy some of this alpaca, right? With 25% of my Binance coin that's in this wallet. When I hit swap, it shows me a whole lot of information over here in Metamask, right? I can turn on this enhance thing. Okay. Right, it gives me a whole lot of information about what's going on, and it gives me these totals, right? I've never been scammed with a smart contract, but I'm assuming if you look at this kind of stuff, if you look at the estimated, so like some will give you like a really high gas fee, and I can reject it too, right? But just really just avoid low cap small tokens without doing any research. That's how you avoid this kind of stuff. But this kind of article right here is just making people afraid of everything, right? People are afraid of their own shadow. They're afraid they're going to get scammed. Anyway. Okay. Emmanuel Adamasu, thank you so much for your weekly tip. I really appreciate it. Loves my common sense. Let's see, any burning questions here before we go in? Investing is 90% psychology. Yes, I agree. Right. Cognitive psychology, right? Or social psychology. Social psychology. I was a psychology major back in college. It's not what I graduated on. It's like I had a long and storied college career, but I was a psychology major at one point. And after you take basic psych 101, you start taking higher level classes which basically do the specialized disciplines, right? Like abnormal psychology, which is what most people think psychology is. But there's so much more to it, right? There's psychological testing. There was a whole class on that, which is like administering psych evals and intelligence tests and like where people come in and take tests about jobs, career stuff, career test. You can test people. But then there's social psychology, which is the psychology of the effect of the group on the individual. And that's a big one for markets, right? The herd instinct, how it affects an individual's investment decisions, right? You see that a lot. All right, so yes, happy Halloween. Did Polygon raise gas fees? I don't know. Don't think so. Possible. Scams involving mining pools and stablecoins are quite popular using Coinbase wallet. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Coinbase wallet, but I think a lot of people use it. They get confused. They think it is Coinbase the exchange, but it's not, right? It's a standalone wallet that's Ethereum based that Coinbase bought from the people that created it. And so they put their name on it, Coinbase wallet, but it's not, your funds are not in Coinbase. So people get confused. Anyway, I kind of stick to Metamask, pardon me. Barbara K, where did you put your Polkadot coins? I thought I had some. But cannot find them. Bought a few before Ledger, put them in the wallet. If you had Polkadot that was Ledger based, you can find them if they were stored on your Ledger by choosing Add Account and then choosing Dot. Connecting your device, and it's going to ask you to open the Polkadot app. All right. Okay, open Polkadot app. And then it's going to scan the device for any wallets that you created, right? I personally have my Polkadot on, I'm staking my Polkadot in Kraken, the Polkadot that I still own, right? But I don't have any unused Polkadot accounts, right? I just have one Polkadot account in my wallet, and well, there it is, 0 dot, right? So you can see I had two different ones, right? And they both have transaction histories, right? There's a lot of transaction history there in both, right? I had two different wallets. This one's not much activity in this particular wallet, but if I still had any DOT that I stored in my ledger, that would be the way to find it if it's not in your accounts, right? Or if it's like, oh, I see that I have a DOT account and it's empty. Well, go to the account in Ledger Live and look and see. Look, I sent it. I sent dot here. I sent dot here. I sent dot here. Where did I send it? Well, I don't know for sure, but I could look at the date and on the blockchain and think, oh, well, what was I doing then? You know, that kind of thing. You can sort of maybe track it down unless you're totally absent-minded like I am. Sometimes I'll like forget where I send stuff. But I mean, that's how you might find it. But yeah, I put mine in Kraken because it's just a no-brainer. Let me check this. Okay. Yeah. So if we go over here to Kraken, sign in. Ugh, all right. Okay. Okay. There. Right there. Okay. Okay. Actually, I think maybe this is the first time that I've logged into this account. No. That I've logged into this account since I reformatted the hard disk, right? So it thinks it's a new machine. Well, it is, really. It's a brand new hard drive. And so there's my DOT, right? Safe and sound in Kraken, right? If we go to funding, you can see that I'm staking all of it. Where is it? Yeah, I don't have any that's not being staked. That's you asked me where you put your DOT. I'm like, I put it in Kraken. Huh? Found it. Thank you. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Okay. So let's see. We wanted to do some fun stuff tonight. So what do we got on our agenda? Let's go up here. We got to the new version, recovering a Ledger Nano S post restore. Let's see. This is a Ledger Nano S. Yeah, I think I restored. I took this Ledger Nano S, and I restored it to the wallet that the previous the Ledger Nano S Plus I used to replace my old Ledger Nano S. And so what I did when I set up my Ledger Nano S Plus was I restored from my older Ledger Nano S. And let's see, in my accounts, I don't think I have. Actually, I do. Yeah, last week I was kind of I did that clean install a couple weeks back, but some of these are some of the accounts are already in there. But let's take this one out, just so I can show you what the hell I'm talking about here. And let's see, let's take this one out. All right. So let's just assume that I restored this and I'm on a new machine, right? Now, if I had restored this device and the accounts were already in Ledger Live, there really would have been nothing more to do, right? Because the accounts were there. The only thing that I really would need to do at that point would be to just double check to make sure the accounts were still working correctly, right? By doing like a test receive. Let's go ahead and connect this Ledger Nano S Plus. But let me just put in the passcode here, pin code. All right. So I just restored this device, and let's take a look at it. I don't know what the refresh rate on these is weird, so it's flickering on my camera. But after I've done a full restore, I took my 24-word recovery phrase. When I set the device up, I said restore from backup phrase. I entered in my 24-word backup phrase, and now I'm here. And a lot of people get a little weird after they go, I just restored my device and all the crypto's gone. Well, it's not really, but the apps are not there, right? When you do a restore, the device, the private key of the device will if you generate new wallets, the master private key of the device will generate the exact same wallets it did before. And in this case, those wallets will already have balances because I've used them before, right? But the device doesn't know what those wallets were until I sort of tell it. So that's the thing here. I need to reinstall the apps that were on there before. Now, when you do a firmware update, it wipes all the apps off, but then it remembers the apps you had on there and reinstalls them for you. But when you, like, say you buy a new device, a replacement device, and you restore from your seed phrase, it doesn't know the apps that you had on there before. So you have to, from your own brain, have to remember what cryptos you had stored on your previous devices, right? Let's hope you do. I would think you would, right? So, but if you're absent-minded like me, maybe you don't. But I would, and if you were using Ledger Live and you lost your device, but your Ledger Live is intact, then you can look in Ledger Live and go, okay, I have an Ethereum account, I have a Digibyte account, I got a Bitcoin account. Well, I must have had those apps on my device, so let's put them on there, right? You can use Ledger Live to guide you. But let's just go ahead and we'll put the Bitcoin on there, right? All we have to do is connect the device. We'll go over here to the My Ledger. And I'll allow Ledger Manager by clicking both buttons. All right. Not everything in crypto is just handed to you on a silver platter like it is in our, convenience-oriented Western societies, right? Like, people are just kind of are intellectually lazy in that sense because so much is kind of just done for you and handed to you, that here's how you do this, but crypto is a little more hands-on, self-responsibility, self-custody, self-help, right? You've kind of like you are the buck stops here with you, right? You can't just call somebody. Hey, Ledger, which apps did I have on my old device before I did my restore? Ledger's going to be like, we don't know. That's your responsibility, right? Anyway, all right. So we'll start with Bitcoin. It's good place to start, right? Assuming I had some Bitcoin on here, maybe. All right. So we'll install the Bitcoin app. While we're at it, let's go ahead and put the Ethereum app on here. And let's see, I don't know. I think there was some Cardano on there too. So let's hit Cardano, right? I'm just reminding myself. And like I said, if you were using Ledger Live before your restore, then all you have to do is check in Ledger Live and then you know which apps you had based on the accounts you had in Ledger Live. If you only have one device and one copy of Ledger Live, fairly straightforward, right? Just reinstall all the apps for all the accounts that you've got. Right. Now that I've got the apps on here, I don't think any of these accounts were here. This Litecoin, all right? See this Litecoin Ledger S? That was me naming the account appropriately so that I would remember that this account is based on my Ledger Nano S. See? That's why I named it like that. So here's one that was already in Ledger Live. So, but Litecoins, I didn't put the Litecoin app on there. Well, actually, I think I'm going to need to, right? If I do receive, oh, okay. So it's going to go, oh, well, where's the Litecoin app? And if it doesn't find it, it'll put it on there for me. Zippity doo dah. Now it wants me to open it. And look, it's a match, right? I have an address on my device, which matches the address on my screen. And so that confirms that this device matches that account. And I'm golden, right? So I mean, you don't even have to go to Ledger Live. I'm sorry, you don't even have to go to the My Ledger section and do the installs. You can do it straight from your accounts. Just go to your accounts and hit receive. And if the restored device doesn't have the app on there, it'll put it on there for you. Makes it a little easier, right? But let's just assume we're on a brand new machine and the accounts aren't in Ledger Live yet. And I'm connected up to a blank version of Ledger Live, right? We can do that. It's not that hard. Let's close Ledger Live. So we're going to go in here to our C drive. We're going to go into users, into my name, into app data, roaming, and there is my Ledger Live folder. I'm just going to pull it out here onto my desktop. It's moving it. Oh, well. What? Did I already have it on here? I thought that is... Whatever. Okay, replace. I don't care what you do. Just get it done. Did it move or did it... Oh, I guess it did move. Right? Because I don't see it in here anymore. Okay. Maybe it was what I was intending to do. Why did I do that? Well, I would just want to reset my Ledger Live, but still have the old folder there if I need it. So let's go to Ledger Live. There's no folder in Ledger Live. So Ledger Live is just going to assume it's never ran before. It's going to create it. So let's go to get started. Doesn't matter. I already have my device. Wants to check it. All right, it's going to want to do a genuine check, I guess. All right, it's fine. All right, no confetti. I kind of miss that confetti. That was cool. So bumpity boom. Okay, so here we go. It's a blank version of Ledger Live. So I restored my device. I went through a hurricane, right? I lost my device. I lost my computer. I lost my house. I'm at my cousin's place. I bought a new laptop. I bought a new ledger. Luckily for me, when I escaped the hurricane, I thought to grab my backup phrase, right, which was in a plastic bag so it didn't get wet. And so I was able to restore my device, but I'm loading Ledger Live on a brand new computer. So we get to this point, we say add account. We say, where's my Bitcoin? We hit continue, right? It tells me to open the Bitcoin app. It's probably going to find some empty. Actually, it's probably going to find a boatload of empty Bitcoin accounts. This, like, the previous ledger that I restored from was my go-to device for years, right? Some of these wallets are like, 4 years old, 5 years old. There might be one wallet with a little bit of dust in it, but not much, right? But you may not know this, right? If it's your device, you may have had 0.2 Bitcoin in there, and you're like, I want to get it back. You never really lost it, right? As long as you had your recovery phrase, you never really lost it. It looks like there's some dust. What is that? $10 worth of Bitcoin? 10 cents worth of Bitcoin? I don't know. let it find them all. I think there should be like 15 of them on here, if I'm not mistaken. See, there's an old legacy Bitcoin account. That's crazy. That's from like 2017. Boop-a-doo-boo. All right. So we can deselect these. Let's just grab these ones with the dust in them just for the heck of it. And let's create a brand new one just for the heck of it, right? We'll just call this one main. All right, there we go. Voila. $10 worth of Bitcoin total. It's not bad. We can go to accounts. See, these are just some Bitcoin dust. All right, well, let's look for that Cardano. I think it was in here somewhere. I thought there was a... It said that I had a Cardano. Okay, it wants me to open the Cardano app. So the point I'm trying to make is that your recovery phrase has all the information that you need to recover your wallets, right? Even if you lose your computer, even if you lose your device, right? You just buy a new device, buy a new computer, and go back, right? So most of the time, the computer's fine, right? It's that you lost your device, and that's like minimal expense. So, there you go, right? There's a couple there, Cardano 1 and 2. Now we could, this is plus. Whoops. Right. Nano Plus. Just, you should name them accordingly so you know where they're from. Doesn't matter, really. In this case, we're just assuming I just had this one device. And let's see, let's throw the Ethereum on there. Wants me to open the Ethereum app. Once the device has been restored, the master private key is on the device. It's active, and it can regenerate all of those wallets. Okay, look, there's an imposter. Where'd that guy go? There he is. Look at this imposter here, pretending to be me. Turn this off. See? He's replying to someone in the comments section as me, trying to get them to contact them on WhatsApp. Please don't respond to any of these jerks. And I can sit here 3 hours a day and report these guys, and they'll just keep doing it. So it's like I just don't have the energy to like go through my YouTube channel every day and report scammers. Okay. All right, there's some Ethereum in there. That's an oldie, but a goodie. We'll hit add account. Right, this Ethereum, and let's get this. And look, he just did it again somewhere else. On a different video. Oh no, it's the same video. Oh, see, See, this is why it's like, why bother with these guys? Oh, look who's here. Kitty's here. Okay. Look at this Ethereum legacy account. When was the last transaction? Oh, I've got a bunch of scam NFTs. The last transaction was May, right? It's an old wallet. I don't use it anymore, but right, I'm just doing this as an example. Right, so there you go, right? We recovered all these accounts, but we had to remember the apps we had installed previously in order to know what to look for, right? If you're like, well, wait a minute, I had some Digibyte on there. Well, look for it. I don't know if I had any Digibyte in here. Digibyte. Okay, there it is. Hit continue. I'm pretty sure I moved my Digibyte onto my new device years ago. Oh, okay. It wants to install the... Oh, you missed that, but it did. Why is it way over here? It's like I'm freaking out here. Okay. It installed Digibyte app while I was babbling away. It should find an account that is there but is empty. Oh, look, there's a little bit in there. It's an old SegWit Digibyte account. What do you think of that, Scott? Oh, look, and then there's a newer one that's got 6 Digibyte in there. Yay. They're both legacy accounts. Okay. I don't need this one. All right. Well, there you go. See? I had forgotten about that, right? So you kind of have to be responsible for your own crypto and, keep track of it, because Ledger Live won't do it for you if you lose your computer. If you lose your device and you have to restore, the device won't remember what was on there before. I mean, it knows it can recreate anything that you ask it to recreate, but it's not going to automatically just tell you, hey, there's some Bitcoin in here. You better, add a Bitcoin account. It doesn't know that, right? It's an automaton, right? Anyway. All right. Well, I kind of wanted to cover that. All right. Now, watch this. I'm just going to close Ledger Live. And I'm going to go back into the app data folder, the roaming folder. I'm just going to delete that folder. Right. And then I'm going to take the folder that we had moved over to the desktop and put it back in there. And then we'll go back to Ledger Live and open it. And lo and behold, it's back to where it was. So that folder is the preferences. It's really, the crypto is not in there, but the information about the crypto wallets is in those preference files. So if you have an old computer and you want to transfer that folder, if you want to transfer that folder to a flash drive and move it over to your new computer, you can recreate your Ledger Live with minimal effort just by doing that. It's one little trick, but it's technically challenging for people that aren't computer savvy. Just getting here now. Is the passphrase the same as your words, or is that an additional add-on? Sometimes people refer to the 24-word backup as a passphrase, but it's not really. The word passphrase is more specifically used to indicate an additional word or an additional phrase or word that you've added. And some people refer to it as the 25th word. So I'm just going to pull this Ledger. I'm just going to pull off the Ledger Nano S and reconnect the S. X. Oh my God. Okay. All right. When I'm like reviewing my videos that I've recorded, sometimes I say the wrong word. And I'm like, I don't know. It's like I use the wrong term. I interchange terms in my videos. So I have to like go back and listen to myself. And then I have to go in there and edit the audio so that the right term is used, because it can be confusing. If I say the wrong term, even though I mean the right term, and someone's listening to the video and think, why did he say passphrase when he meant PIN code, right? So so you have your 24-word backup phrase, which that's the best way to refer to it, your 24-word backup phrase. You have your PIN code, which you use to unlock your device. And then you have your passphrase, which you enter into the device in order to add more security to a wallet. And then you also have the password that you use to get into Ledger Live. So if you set a password on Ledger Live, then that's a password, right? So, and people get those terms all mixed up. So if I have a Ledger device and I want to add more security to it, then I can add what's called a passphrase. Come on, Rex. Oof, the glare. If we go, hold the both buttons down for a few seconds, go into settings, go into security, and there, passphrase, right? It'll say set a passphrase, right? So when I click that set a passphrase, it's going to ask me to enter a passphrase. And this is it doesn't know whether you set a passphrase or not. So it always goes in there and says set a passphrase, like it's the first time you're doing it. But you may already have a passphrase that you've used. But anyway, once you enter that passphrase, whoops, I'm going to get out of this. I'm not going to do that. Now your device is in a new configuration, right? The passphrase protected configuration. So it's additional security on top of your regular configuration that relies on your 24-word backup phrase. So if someone were to steal your 24-word backup phrase and then restore their own device, they would not have access to any of the crypto that you stored behind that passphrase enabled account. I know it's hard to, but I did a video on it, so I'm just going to throw that out there. Whoops. There. How to protect your Bitcoin using a Ledger passphrase. This is a step-by-step on how you do this. It's not recommended. I would not recommend it for anyone. If you're asking what it is, I wouldn't recommend it. It's just that simple. Because if you forget your passphrase, you lose access to all the crypto. What just happened? Oh. Yeah. A passphrase is for advanced users. Yeah. So, and it makes your 24-word backup phrase useless, right? If you set up a device with a 24-word backup phrase, and then you set a passphrase, and then you create all your accounts and send all your Bitcoin in there, and then you lose your passphrase and you disconnect your device, then you can't get back into that configuration where the Bitcoin is stored. And restoring your device with the 24-word recovery phrase won't help, because you have to have the passphrase in order to get to that configuration. Now, some people refer to the passphrase as the 25th word or 25th word seed. That's passphrase, right? How to add a 25th word. I would not recommend it. If you're like unsure of yourself, and it's an all or nothing thing. It's a good way to lose your crypto. Stick to the 24-word backup phrase. Use the ledger as directed. You know, put your 24-word backup phrase in somewhere where no one will find it, and you're golden, right? People want to, I want more security. And so they added more security. And then, a month or 3 months or 2 years down the line, they're like, what was that passphrase? I know I wrote it down somewhere. And then they're screwed. So don't. Okay, so we did that. Okay, let's see. Whoops. No, I didn't change anything. Oh, yeah. We're going to go here so we can see what we're... I did want to point out that I did this Keystone setup video yesterday. It's it's got chapters. It's a long video, but if you're super concerned about security, this is a good way to go, right? I prefer the Ledger device because I think it has a good balance between security and usability. But a lot of people prefer like a super secure device like Keystone. So I did a video on the Keystone setup. It's a cool device and it is very secure, right? But it is a bit, there's a trade-off between security and convenience. And a highly secure wallet is a little bit inconvenient. So somebody made a comment in the video, oh, it's too complicated. I'm like, okay, then don't do it. But there's a lot of people. I talked to the guys over at the Keystone company, a great group. They're based in China. And people in China demand high security, right? And they got billions of people over there. So there is a market for this, right? People in the US are really lazy. But, when it comes to convenience, we prefer convenience over security, right? But over in China, they demand really high security. And there's a lot of people in the US that are super secure too. I'm trying to make broad generalizations, but, okay, so we did that. We'll play around with that a little bit here. I'm sorry, I'm just like flipping back and forth. Buy and transfer, follow up on the Ledger Nano NFT. We're still waiting for... somebody said something about scam NFTs. I talked about them last week. Let's go into Ethereum main. We can see here that I bought this Ledger Market Pass Genesis Edition a couple weeks back, right? And then I got an NFT drop of this Ledger Market Black on Black Ledger Nano X, right? This is a redemption NFT, right? Using this NFT, I will be able to claim the actual device on the ledger.com shop, right? I should be able to go to the shop and actually get this physical device. What I'm showing you here is just an NFT claim token. It's like an NFT certificate that says, this NFT entitles you to one Ledger Nano X, black on black, right? But that won't be available until November 2nd. So we'll have to wait until next week to actually claim this device, purchase it, or order it, right? Once we figure that one out, I'll be bumbling through that next week. We'll see, right? Someone asked me about scam NFTs, right? So if you notice here, I've got this NFT came in. It's just a scam. If you didn't buy it, just assume it's a scam, right? People don't just give you NFTs out of the blue for nothing, right? No one's gonna like airdrop you, an NFT that's worth thousands of dollars just out of the blue by accident, right? It just doesn't happen, right? It's like the guy, I remember I talked to this guy and he was like, when I was a kid, I used to watch this kid show, like a clown show, where they like had this drawing every week where they had this big barrel with all these like entries in it that people had mailed in, and he would like spin it around and then they'd open the little hatch and the assistant would reach in there and pull out one of the postcards and announce which kid had won, a free balloon or whatever. And he said, I used to watch that show every week hoping they'd pull out my name. He goes, but I never sent in the postcard, right? So he goes, that's my life now. I keep hoping I'm going to win something, but I never like take the necessary action, right? So don't be one of those people that just thinks you see like this NFT come into your wallet and you're like, oh my God, I got an NFT, I'm rich. I was like, no, you're not. It's just a scam, right? How do we know it's a scam? Well, there are a few things we can do. We can go to the Explorer and just see. And it's a scam NFT, but just clicking on it is not going to empty out my wallet, right? If I were to connect my wallet to their scam site and then approve a contract on my Ledger device, then maybe I would open myself up to, them emptying out the wallet. But I haven't authorized anything on the device. So just clicking on the NFT is not going to empty my wallet. It's not like magic, right? But if we go to this contract on Etherscan, you can see that it says it's an unverified contract. And that's all I need to know, right? There's no history either. It looks like my airdrop was like the only thing, right? So don't run over to OpenSea and try to sell this. It won't work. It'll just fail. Believe me. So, yeah, scam NFTs. They're all over the place, right? I've got this wallet has them to, they just like they just drop into your wallet automatically. But they're not hurting anything, right? But, just check them out on the Explorer. And even if these things exist, let's see if we can, whoops. Even if there is such a thing, that NFT is not one of them, right? I don't see it over here. Yeah, I don't even see it on OpenSea. There may be such a thing that a real version of this, whatever this is just a scam copy of some real NFT, which may or may not be of value to you or not. But this thing is not worth anything, right? It's just ignore it, right? The same with dusting. Like people get dusted and they see, oh, somebody sent me 0.0001 XRP. Should I be worried? Like, no. It's like a dust came into your wallet. It's not going to do anything. It's when you click, it's when they might follow up later with a phishing email. If it goes into your wallet and they can monitor that public address and they see a lot of activity in the wallet, they can check the balance of the wallet and they decide that you're worth going after, then they'll follow you up with a phishing email or a scam or a text or something. But just the dusting itself is not mean that your wallet has been hacked. It just means that some dust came in your wallet. Let's see. Any burning questions? Don't they call dusting have some ApeCoin and XRP? How can we you can't get rid of them, unfortunately. I've tried. There's no way to delete an NFT out of your wallet. You could try to send it to like a different wallet, but sometimes that won't work either. It's one of those crappy scams that won't even allow you to send it. The send will fail. So just ignore it. I think you might be able to hide it, if I'm not mistaken. hide, right? You could hide it. Let's try to do it with this one. Yeah, okay. We could do it with this one too, this creepy Fortnite thing. All right. So, and then you could go into the settings. Hidden NFT collections, right? And re-enable them if you want to, right? So you can hide them, but there's no way to get them out of the wallet. Although some of them might be sendable, right? You could send them to just an empty wallet so you don't have to look at them anymore. But why pay gas fees? Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Install the Monero on a new machine. I did that. It's tricky because, when you install Monero on a computer, first of all, you have to go over to the Monero, get Monero. You have to make sure you're on the right Monero web page. You download the, and I like to use the installer. It puts all the folders where they need to be, right? You download the install, which you can see I've already done, right? And then there's some verification tools that you can use to verify. Like they have some hashes here that you can use. But when you run the Monero wallet installer, your computer will object to it. It won't like it. It'll be like, oh, this is malware. So you're going to have to like tiptoe around your virus protection and your malware protection. Like, for example, Malwarebytes is my anti-malware. I have to enable or allow the Monero, I have to add it to my allow list, right? See, I've added the Monero folder to my allow list, so my Malwarebytes won't keep like deleting it. It like objects to it and deletes it. Monero is tricky to use, right? But then once you get that installed, you can run it, and you need to have the Monero app open before you try to connect, right? Because the Monero app can't automatically open itself on your Ledger. Like Ledger Live can say, open your Bitcoin app because they communicate with each other. But the Monero, the third-party wallets can't do that. So you have to be responsible. There's that word again, responsibility. You have to be responsible for being in the right app at the right time, right? It's like I've never used this before. Okay. Let's see. We're going to open wallet from file. We're going to use the ledger. I've created the wallet, so I need to enter the password. Hope I got that right. I'm holding this up so you can see what happens on the device. See, the export key comes out, right? And then I click accept. So the Monero wallet checks the device, and he's like, does this device have a Monero wallet on it, right? If I don't have the Monero app open, it'll like throw up some message like, there's no device attached, or, there's no wallet, So you have to have the device attached, you have to be in the Monero app, and then you have to export that key when it asks you in order to access the Monero again. And then you can also see that I don't have a whole lot to sync because I just synced it a day or two ago. But if it's your first time using Monero wallet and you use advanced mode, it's going to download the entire Monero blockchain to your computer. So it'll take a while, right? It took mine the better part of a day. And then I needed to set my computer not to go to sleep after a half an hour. I had to set it on stay awake so that it would complete the blockchain synchronization. It shouldn't take this too long to sync up. We can go back to that. We don't do a lot. I think we bought a little bit of Monero a while back, right? Monero is a great privacy coin. Government hates Monero, that's for sure. Let's see, what else we got? Withdraw some BAT from Uphold. Okay, that's something we can sink our teeth into. Somebody was asking me last week about withdrawing something from, they were trying to do a limit account or whatever. So BAT, B-A-T, Basic Attention Token, is an ERC20 token. We'll just put it in our Ethereum wallet. Let's see. It's been in there before, so there's a zero balance of BAT. But even if I hadn't, if I'm in the Ethereum wallet, I could choose BAT, right? And then it would give me an address for BAT, which is basically just the address of the Ethereum wallet, right? That's right there. So if it's an ERC20 token, all you really have to do is move it into your Ethereum wallet, and it should show up in Ledger Live if it's a mainstream ERC20 token. If it's like a low cap token that you bought on Uniswap that no one's ever heard of, it might not show up in your Ledger Live because it's not supported in Ledger Live. You'd have to use Metamask to view it. All right, so let's run over to Uphold. I think I was there earlier. Is this it? Yeah. Now, Uphold is a little funky. So what I would like to do is withdraw some of it. And most of it is in Brave Payments. Okay, that's fine. Oh, I think I consolidated this earlier. So there it is in Brave Payments. So in order to transfer from Brave Payments, I have to choose it. All right. And I want to send it all, which is problematic because sometimes it doesn't calculate the gas fees properly, and then it'll tell you don't have enough in the wallet. So why don't we just do 158? Hopefully that'll be fine. It's just a nice even number. Where do I want to send it? Well, I want to send it to my own wallet. So it's a little tricky. First, they give me these accounts. Well, I don't want to send it to a different account. I want to send it to my own wallet. I don't want to send it to my bank. I don't really want to send it to a different cryptocurrency because then it would just convert. But the weird thing is if I try to send it to BAT, B-A-T, well, let me see BAT. If it's in there, it should be in there. Oh, if I try to send it to utility token, that doesn't work either. It wants me to send it back to one of my own cards within Uphold. So the whole thing is just really confusing. What you have to do is send it to a crypto network, which would be an external network, or just the blockchain of the crypto that you want to send. It's just, I don't understand why they make this so difficult. So, and of course, BAT is not on there. It should be first because it's Uphold. They're like partnered with BAT, whatever, right? So let's hit show more until we find BAT token. We can hit show more again. There it is, finally, on the Ethereum network. And now I can hit preview, and now it asks me for an address. It took me so long to figure out how to do this. It was just boggling my mind that they made it so difficult. And this is their new interface. They upgraded their interface. They used to have what's called the classic interface, which was really easy to use. And for the longest time, I would just switch to classic view. But now they've eliminated classic view. You have to use this new interface, which is so confusing. I don't know if they had to do like regulatory requirements or whatever. I don't know. But, and supposedly it looks better, but it's just really confusing. So now we'll hit confirm and pray to God that they'll let me do this, right? So they subtracted 1.8 BAT in order to pay fees. Let's see what happens. I'm going to get my Google Authenticator code ready for my Uphold account. It's kind of, okay, there it is. All right, I'm going to let it cycle. We'll hit confirm. All right, I got to put in this code. Okay. Whoops. Okay, let's hit continue. And it's going to tell me that there wasn't enough. Oh, it did it. Okay. Well, that's cool. Appears to have worked. So how do, I would like to see it. I would like to see like a, oh, here. Okay. Recent activity. There we go. A withdraw. Okay. So I managed to withdraw the Brave from Uphold to my own wallet. Let's continue here. It's done. Let's go down here to BAT. All right. And hopefully we'll see that BAT drop into this wallet here shortly. Or it might take a while. Mr. Minsky, I am not staking Tezos at the moment. I think I ended up selling my Tezos at one point. So I don't know that they've paused staking rewards, but you never know. The crypto market is really down right now. It's been down for a year. And so there's a lot of smaller projects that, they were operating kind of on a shoestring budget, I guess. And, they were paying their developers in tokens or whatever. And so first they were living high on the hog, and then all of a sudden the crypto lost 80% of its value or 90% of its value. And all of these developers get discouraged and go somewhere else, right? And so the projects die. And so a lot of tokens just, not because of a scam, but they just, they like die on the vine. What do you call it? Wither on the vine, because there's no activity and the token isn't worth much and the projects just kind of end up in the dead zone. So I don't know if that happened to Tezos, but things happen, right? So a lot of coins that you may have been staking, the projects get abandoned. I don't know if that's what happened to Tezos, but I mean, usually if you're not getting your staking rewards, you should probably Google and try and figure out what's going on with the project. Go to a lot of projects have Medium pages and Twitter where, if you go to the Twitter page of a project and it's been like 5 months since they've tweeted, it's a red flag, right? Same with their Discord or their Telegram. There'll be a lot of scammers in there. I don't know if this is ever going to come in or not, right? It might take a while, right? But it says processing still. All right, so that's that. Let's see, we did Theta. We did all these scam tokens we played around with. Squid. We did this, got all that. Okay. We did the news. All right. Convert some Binance Smart Chain US dollar coin to ERC20. Somebody sent me some coins. They said, "Oh yeah, you have some affiliate earnings. It's like $70, and give us your address so we can send it to you." And I was like, "Okay." So I gave them my Ethereum address, and they said, "Well, we don't support the Ethereum network. We can pay you on Polygon, we can pay you on Binance Smart Chain, we can pay you." They gave me all these alternate networks, which, oops, sorry, I understand, right? I can deal with it. The fees are cheaper on these alternate networks. But now that I have this US dollar coin in Binance Smart Chain format, what can I do with it? How do I convert it to real US dollar coin that I can use on Coinbase or whatever, or Binance US? Well, there are some sites where you can do conversions, multi-chain conversions, but they can be a little bit risky. And like I think they're for Binance Smart Chain. Actually, let's look here in Pancake. I think there is a bridge here. So in Pancake Swap, which is one of the biggest Binance Smart Chain exchanges, right? They have a link to a bridge, but let's get the right wallet hooked up. So they sent me. I gave them my Ethereum address. I gave them Ethereum main, I believe. So I don't see the tokens in this wallet. But since it's on the Binance Smart Chain, Ledger Live supports Binance Smart Chain. So it came in here. Here it is, 70 US dollar coin. And if I do a receive on this, it's this EVM formatted address, right? It's the same address as my Ethereum wallet, right? Same address, right? Just a different network on the same address. Now, there's not a lot I can do within Ledger Live. Actually, I could, right? Actually, we'll do that. But let's look at our bridging options, right? If we go over here to the bridge, they want me to connect the wallet, right? I'm going to use my Metamask, and I'm going to use my Ethereum wallet. You have to know which wallet you're dealing with. This is it, 2445, right? I'll hit next. And I want US dollar coin. They don't have it in the list. Okay. So that's one failure of the bridge, right? It doesn't support the coin that I'm trying to convert, right? They just have these 3 tokens here, which is kind of weird for BNB, right? They have some other networks that I could play around with. But for the BNB network, they only have like 3 coins that I can convert. So that's a wash, unless it was Tether, but it's not Tether. It's Binance US. So the easiest way to do it is really to just send it to an exchange that supports the token. And the go-to exchange for anything Binance Smart Chain related would be Binance or Binance US. So why don't we go over to Binance US and tell them I would like to make a deposit of US dollar coin, right? And I want to deposit it using the BEP20 network. Well, the address doesn't change. Does it change? No, it's the same address, so it doesn't really matter. So any transfers that come in on this address, be they Avalanche based, Binance Smart Chain based, ERC20, Polygon, Solana, Tron. They'll all just come in as US dollar coin in Binance US, which is really all I care about, right? I just want the US dollar coin to be available in my Binance US account. Once that happens, then I'll have access to it, right? I'll be able to withdraw it or swap it or do whatever I want with it. Switch it over to ERC20 if I want to, doesn't matter. Now, I can't really do this on Coinbase. Coinbase does support Polygon Network, but they don't support Binance Smart Chain, right? Probably some regulatory issue. So let's say I would like to receive some US dollar coin. Multiple networks. Okay, well, let's see which multiple networks they got. Okay. Okay, so you can use Polygon or Solana. Okay. Oh. Okay. So I can, if it's Solana-based US dollar coin, I could drop it in my Coinbase account. But it looks like they only support Ethereum or Solana for US dollar coin. All right. But Binance US supports Binance Smart Chain. So let's get this address. We can actually do it from Ledger Live. We could also do it from Metamask, but we'll just do Ledger Live. Right, there it is. Let's send it. Let's paste in the address. It doesn't auto-verify. Don't worry about that. Just eyeball it. Make sure it's correct. Right? Well, 28E8E. 28. What? That's not the right one. Is it? Huh. Well, that's weird. Deposit US dollar coin. Okay. Did I or did I not just paste that in there? I'm just going to paste it into a text file. Huh. Well, that's weird. Oh, I see. There's the bottom of it. No wonder. I was like, what? Okay. Yes, that's the correct address. See, you got to look at these things, right? Ends in 8EC3F, right? There it is. 8EC3F. It's the correct address. Okay, so now we can send it out, but we're going to need to confirm on the device. Yeah, I see it now. Let's turn on this camera so you can see my device. Jesus. Having all kinds of trouble with my camera tonight. All right, so yeah, let's cancel this. So when we send this, because it's Binance Smart Chain, it should and let's send it all. It needs some BNB in there, which there's some BNB in here, I think. Let's check. Yeah. No, there's no BNB in here. Oh wait, yeah, I'm sorry. Here, 0.048 BNB. That should be enough to pay our fees. Okay. Let's max it out. There's our fee. It's okay, right? We got $14 worth of BNB, so it's only 3 cents worth of BNB. Let's hit continue. Binance Smart Chain or to send the tokens of this account. Okay, yeah, I get it. All right, now it wants me to open the Binance Smart Chain app, which I have installed on my device. And there, review. There it is. There's those small BNB fees. We'll hit accept and send, and off it goes. All right. Now, if I, well, let's get it first. So now, ooh, did that used up all my BNB to do that? That seems odd. I thought it was only 3 cents worth of BNB. Now it's telling me I have 0 BNB. That was odd. Oh no, it used up all the BNB. What happened? Did I send the BNB? Or did I send the... Oh no, what did I just do? I think I messed up. I thought I was sending the token. But I must not have been. Oops. Okay. I thought I was sending this token. Obviously I wasn't. No, I actually sent all the BNB out. Silly me. Oh my God. Okay. So now I need to put some BNB in here. Okay. Actually, I have some over in this Metamask wallet. Let's grab this address here. Let's go back over here to Metamask. Metamask has some stuff in it, right? Let's make this big. Yeah. So now Ledger 2 has got 0 BNB. So, but I got some other accounts. There's a bunch of BNB. Let's move 0.1. That should be enough. I don't need to confirm this with my Ledger device because this is a non-Ledger-based Metamask account. Okay, cool. Now we can go back over here. And it should come in pretty quick. I can't believe I did that. That was weird. There we go. That's 0.1 BNB. All right. Now let's try this thing again, right? Let's go back. Let's grab this address. Let's go back here and try to send the right token this time. I thought that's what I was doing last time. Okay. I did something weird. All right. 70. And that's okay. 9 cents. Okay. All right. That looks good. I don't know what I was doing last time. I wasn't thinking clearly, I guess. Somehow I got it. I must have exited and then entered back in. Okay, review 70. And I reviewed it too. I reviewed the whole thing and was like, okay, there we go. It's not even paying attention to what I'm doing at all. Okay. Really weird. Okay. Wow. The best laid plans of mice and men, right? No one can protect you from yourself. That's like, oh my God. All right, so there you go. That's why I get a lot of people that are like, I don't know what I did. I sent my crypto somewhere. I don't know what I did. Now it's gone. I'm like, well, I don't know what you did either. All right, there. Okay, I think we did it right that time. And we still have some BNB in the account. So let's go over to the Ethereum main and see if that bat came in. Or the heck, that bat. Yes. So the bat came in, the one that we transferred from Uphold, $47 worth of bat. Ethereum fees are kind of low right now. Let's go over to Binance US and see if we got that US dollar coin. Let's do it this way. USDC. Okay. Not yet. Ah, it's pending. All right. So I can see that it's pending. It just hasn't come in. But we can also check the Binance coin. I just got this deposit today, the one I sent by mistake. So that's in there. There. The balance of the USDT became available. And there it is, right? So now it's in Binance US, and I don't know, technically it hasn't been converted, right? It's still Binance Smart Chain based US dollar coin. But it doesn't really matter to Binance US, right? I could swap it for dollars if I wanted to. Right. So, I could just swap it to dollar and no problem. Doesn't matter what format it is. I don't have to do that. Or I could withdraw it back to my wallet as ERC20 US dollar coin. I could do that too if I wanted to. I could even send it over to Coinbase, because Coinbase, actually, let's do that. I think it might. Let's see. Coinbase will support Solana based. All right. US dollar coin Solana address. Let's go over here. Let's do a withdraw. And do they support Solana? Yes. And there's the I don't know what that is. All right, let's just verify that. Ends in CV7. Sort of looks like it. No, it ends in PWON2. Yeah, there it is. Let's play around with it. Let's see what happens. Let's just send 70. Okay. They're going to charge me 80 cents. Normally, I wouldn't do this, right? I could just cash it out from Binance US. But I'm just curious how it's going to work. It should end up in my... All right, I got to check this email. All right, let's confirm that. I guess it went out. Okay, pending. Okay. And over on Coinbase, I should just get this US dollar coin. Huh. Boy, I hope this works. It'd be funny if it didn't. Let's see. I'm just wondering where you would... I think you would have to do a USDC. Why don't they let me search this? Okay. That's weird. Okay. Oh, it's in there. Okay. I saw it in there. Yeah, it's in there. It's just not showing up here. There it is. Okay. So as far as Coinbase is concerned, it's US dollar coin now. Right? I can trade for it or whatever, right? But if you remember, it's kind of weird trying to trade US dollar coin in uh, Coinbase, right? So, but you can sell it for free for Tether, right? You can sell your US dollar coin. Oops. What? What's it doing here? I don't understand. Oh, add to convert? No, it doesn't make any. Doggone it. It's not what I want. Well, I could trade it for dollars for free. Maybe that's what we had to do, right? Trade it for dollars for free and then buy Tether with it. I don't think you can convert it to Tether. Or can you? Yeah, you can. Okay. So we could just convert it directly to Tether, but they're going to charge us. Right. So I think what we had to do before was sell it for dollars and then swap it back to Tether. And that would have also been free. So friggin' complicated. Any burning questions? Thank you. Larry D says thanks for enlightening us old geezers. I'm not too far behind you. At 75, I have referenced one of your videos in my instructions on how to withdraw Bitcoin from my Trezor upon my demise. Yeah. Well, you know, one of my good friend Randy in our first meeting, the first thing he says was, "If I die, will you help my wife, you know, with with my crypto?" And I was like, "Of course." Yeah. So yeah, we all have to worry about that kind of stuff. We have instructions. Is it 8 o'clock already? Okay, guys, I appreciate everything. Someone says, I don't see the rest. I lost a little bit in the translation, right? I lost a bit in fees going back and forth. Yeah, you can always rewatch the stream. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, JDO. Did I max the fee? I'm not sure what I did, to be honest with you. Really wasn't paying attention when I transferred it from Binance US over to Coinbase. But yeah, I think if I wanted to just maintain this as it's like this, I'd have to do whoops. I have to do whoops. No. Okay. It's not going to let me do that. Did I already do this? I don't know what I did. It says I have 69. Okay, there. So it's not going to charge me to sell it to dollars. And then I don't think it's going to cost me anything to trade dollars for Tether, right? That's a trading pair. Or if it does, it's not going to cost me that much. First, let's check the buy Tether with US dollar. Ugh, they're not going to let me do that. Okay. Okay. Whatever. All right. Tether's dollar. There. Buy Tether with dollars. There was already a little bit in there. Estimated fee, like way less than a penny. Okay. There. Now everything's Tether. Okay. All right, guys. Have a good night. I'm going to go watch the game upstairs. So Michigan State versus the Spartans. And like my wife wants lessons in the rules of football. She's so intrigued with this American sport. She grew up watching soccer in her country. So we'll have a good time tonight. Get the popcorn ready. Don't forget, we do this every Saturday night, live from Michigan, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join me again for the live stream. Hope to see you there. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me and hope to see you again soon. Thanks, Barbara.